A couple of months ago, I started using a new laptop computer. It's a Lenovo Yoga2Pro. It weighs barely 3 pounds. It has specifications to die for. It runs most of a day on a battery charge, or it can once you tweak its power settings. And I was perfectly happy with the Chromebook I'd started using about a year earlier, and then laid out 5 times as much as the Chromebook had cost for the Yoga2Pro, only because I'd gotten to a point where a lack of easy FTP abilities in that Chromebook was sapping my productivity. And no, I sure didn't need to spend Yoga2Pro money just to get a computer with easy file transfer, because there are lots of great $400 computers available today. But after the Chromebook and my previous Acer netbook, I've gotten used to carrying around a lightweight computer with a long battery life, and I just couldn't go back. So I did a lot of research, and Lenovo's Yoga2Pro was the best combination of price performance and that weight/battery equation that I could find. And then the other day, I ran into a small problem. I logged into a web app I use from time to time, and I encountered the message: system requirements are not met. Web Space Explorer requires a more current browser, such as Internet Explorer 6, 6, or above. Windows or Firefox. JavaScript must be enabled. This page cannot be displayed while the resolution is less than 1024 by 768 pixels. And here's the thing. My browser is up to date, JavaScript is enabled, and the Yoga2Pro, capable of running at a mind-blowing 3200 by 1800 screen resolution, is set at 1920 by 1080. All of these things say I shouldn't have seen that error message. And by the way, my choice to turn down the Yoga2Pro to 1/4 of its screen ability is based on both a desire to maximize battery life and the reality I explained here when Apple began the resolution wars with that silly iPad Retina display. So then this morning I dug around a bit. Using the system investigation tool Specky, I discovered that my Yoga2Pro, set to 1920 by 1080 resolution, in fact might really be running at 1280 by 720 beneath those specs I quoted before. And in many regards, that's plenty. It's the resolution at which most cable and satellite television providers push out TV signals, and on the 13-inch Yoga2Pro, it's great visually. But software is starting to get specky, and now I understand why I couldn't get to the app. I confirmed the fix for my problem by turning up the Yoga2Pro to its full 3200 by 1800 screen resolution and going back to the web app, and sure enough, it runs fine. But then I ran Specky again, hoping that the odd behavior I'd seen was a software trick Lenovo was using when it was downshifted to something other than optimal. And it turns out that when Lenovo says the Yoga2Pro was running at 3200 by 1800, well, that's a software trick too. The real resolution is 1600 by 900. My head hurts. Well, let me be clear. I don't need that ultra-high resolution. Neither do you. And as of this writing, I don't know whether Lenovo is putting 1600 by 900 displays into the Yoga2Pro line and pretending they run at 3200 by 1800 using a trick. Or, as the Lenovo support person I spoke with claimed, putting actual 3200 by 1800 panels into the Yoga2Pros and then downshifting them because Windows can't really support such high resolution. I do know, though, that Microsoft claims Windows 8 is capable of going much higher than 1920 by 1080 that the Lenovo person stated was its limit. Well, bigger isn't always better, and the resolution wars are creating some very expensive items that you just don't need. As I said, all I want is for my Yoga2Pro to actually run at 1920 by 1080 that it says it's using, and to be able to access all the websites I use. But Lenovo's trick, almost regardless of which direction they run it in the Yoga2Pro, represents customer service of the worst kind. Long story to get to that, right? And the fact that calling Lenovo technical support yields what appears to be a completely inaccurate answer makes the problem even worse. You don't approach Influency this way, right? Customer service, certainly the honest representation of the specs of the products and services you sell, matters. And with the computer market heading in the wrong direction, and brand meaning as little as it's come to, Lenovo needs to straighten this issue out. In one way or another, Lenovo is practicing anti-influency. I've posted a query on the issue with the Yoga2Pro's screen resolution on a Lenovo forum. Let's see if we get an answer soon. Oh, and we did. Good news. Lenovo isn't lying about the capabilities of the Yoga2Pro. Its screen really does 3200 by 1800, and that's overkill, and you'd need the vision of a hawk to want such a thing. But at least Lenovo isn't lying. Even though such resolutions are silly, the Yoga2Pro really can display 3200 by 1800 resolution on its 13.3-inch display. But the problem with how that's achieved and explained is still there. The customer representative was wrong in blaming Windows, and the reality is that I was getting 1600 by 900 because Lenovo had defaulted Windows screen to something called 2x mode, and doesn't explain that idea or how it works. Yeah, my head hurts too. Want the answer guy to get your Influency headed in the right direction? Contact me right here. I am the answer guy. And I'll be back.